You're describing having to be a little adult taking care of your mom, even though you needed to be taken care of as a child. And I just had so much sympathy for you when you said that. I can relate in many ways. But that is so hard on a child. Like, you can say that in a conversation
Mhm.
like it's no big thing. And there's a lot of people that have to deal with that, but it's it's an unbearable burden. It can't help but to really compress a child's psychology and affect them for a very, very long time to come. Because being a father of a 2.5-year-old, I just know how
Mhm.
badly that a child needs you to hold space
Yeah,
and to be secure and to
yeah,
just be the one that when problems come, mommy and daddy take care of it.
exactly.
Um, so what I wanted to get to, besides just saying that I really felt sympathy for you when you said that, is you said you had a happy childhood. And I'm just like,
Mhm.
how can those two things exist? I do not understand those two statements being made.
Yeah, I'm a bit of an anomaly, I guess. I am extremely fortunate, first of all, that I did have very strong ideals from both of my parents growing up.
Hmm.
They, throughout all of the dysfunction, my dad especially, he was the brainiac. My mom was the more emotional one, but my dad, was very intelligent, lover of books, didn't go to college, but his intellect was just parallel to none. So I got a lot of that kind of nerdiness from him, and being able to just communicate and have dialogue with my dad. He was a lecturer, so
Hmm.
he always explained everything to me and put things in context to where I could understand it. And, a couple times he'd pull me aside and he'd say, just so you know, this is not how it's supposed to be. When people love each other, it should not be like this. This is not what you want to look for in a partner when you fall in love. A partner is supposed to support you. You're supposed to see eye to eye. I did not know what I was in for when I, met your mom. I thought she was this person and it turned out to be this, but I care about you and I don't want you to come from a broken home. So I just want you to know that if you need to talk or if you have any feelings, you can talk to me, but just know that this is not what a marriage is supposed to look like. And that really stuck with me from that young age. And he'd also explained, him being gone for so long. And it was as simple as, we have a nice place to live, you go to a nice school, you have nice things. We're not rich, but we have more than enough. And I have to be gone for this amount of time in order to provide those things for you. So your mom doesn't have to work as hard. Excuse me. So that also stuck with me. So I knew, okay, my dad has this really tough job, but he's doing it for my benefit. Excuse me. I'm getting used to like talking more because through the pandemic we like never really talk to people anymore. So excuse me about that. But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so I was always mature in that sense, but I had a huge imagination, and I still do. I'm an artist, so I guess my artsy creativity kind of saved me from, I guess, having to deal with the reality of what I was going through. I was always a social butterfly, had tons of friends, went to sleepovers, had people sleep over, maintained a very normal childhood. And I just threw myself into my creativity. And that was my outlet: writing stories, drawing, singing, dancing, those kinds of things. So I loved school, I loved learning. And that's what I focused on. And just seeing how my parents made certain choices and they were not happy. So I wanted to learn to make the right choices so that I could be happy. So I just kind of contextualize it in that way.